Morning, I'm Drew. So the scammer story is I was buying a house in Myrtle Beach, and I needed $400,000 to wire to purchase the house. And I'm here in Roanoke, Virginia. We don't have a Bank of America, but in Myrtle Beach there's a branch of Bank of America, and I've got a small account there. So I decided I was going to transfer all my money to Bank of America to set up for before the closing date, so I could wire that large sum to the law offices to purchase the house. Transferred money from several different accounts, got it into the Bank of America account, and that's when scammers came for that money. I don't consider myself gullible, but I was actually communicating with the scammers for a period of time. If you're wondering about the view that's in Roanoke, Virginia, and they are replacing the Wasena Bridge, and the guys working on the bridge had a couple of questions and wanted me to come down and make sure they were doing things right. So we got the contract to buy the beach house. I've purchased properties before, but it's always been in Roanoke, Virginia with people I knew and lawyers I trusted and real estate people that I'd known for years and were part of my community. In Myrtle Beach, it was lawyers I've never met and a real estate agent I'd met on 2 occasions, and it was just a different experience. So we got the contract on the beach house and got set up with a law office, and a woman from that law office was handling our case, and so I've been communicating with us. We set the closing date and time, and she sent instructions to wire the money, and we're still like 4 weeks out from the closing. So my plan was I had to sell some stocks, switch stuff around, get my $400,000 into that Bank of America account. The closing was set for a Friday. We planned to drive down to Myrtle Beach on a Monday, and then, we planned to drive down to Myrtle Beach on a Tuesday, and I had an appointment set up with Bank of America to wire the funds that Tuesday afternoon. So anyway, it's like Monday morning, and I'm expecting to drive to the beach tomorrow, and I've got everything set up, and I get an email from that person at the law office that says if I want to make sure that closing goes as scheduled, I should wire the money that day so that it's there in time, so there's no like hiccups in the closing process. So I sent an email back saying I wasn't going to be able to do that on Monday. Told her the plan of coming down on Tuesday and wiring the funds, and person responded that was fine, and just get it done as soon as I could on Tuesday. So I had everything set up for the trip. I had IDs, bank cards, the wiring instructions, just all my clothes and stuff for the trip, and was ready to go. And I almost didn't even print out the new wiring instructions that were sent because I had them from the earlier communications with that lawyer. But something made me open up that attachment, and when I did, that's when my like kind of paranoia alerts went off. So it had been several hours since I'd been communicating with that person, but I printed out the wiring instructions and set them down side by side. There were no like weird things like bad spelling or bad grammar. Like they knew the name of my lawyer, they knew the name of like the assistant at the law firm, they knew which law firm, they knew the money amount approximately, and they had a lot of details that were right, and everything looked professional. But if you like compare the two sets of wiring instructions, at the top of the two, there were different logos for the correct law firm, and I logged onto their website, and both of those logos come off of their website. Okay, the order of the stuff on that instructions was a little bit different, and one of them had some like precaution to like verify things before you transfer the money. One of them did not, but they all had lines for all the necessary information. It's just the things like the bank account numbers were different numbers. So as I started to put that together, that scammers were coming for my money, I looked up the lawyer's phone number online, made sure that that matched the earlier communications I had with the lawyer, and I called down to the law office and asked for the person that had been handling my case. So got her on the phone, told her my name was Drew, told her who I was. She knew right away. And I said, "Did you email me this morning?" And she said, "Absolutely not. I haven't emailed you for like 3 or 4 weeks when I sent you the instructions." So at that point, I knew that scammers were making a very legitimate try to steal my $400,000. And one little like mistake for a day and then going into a bank and sending the money off could have lost all the money I've been saving for 30 years of teaching. It's possible they wouldn't have got my money. When I got to Bank of America, I pulled out both sets. I had real written across one and scam written across the top of the other, and showed them to the woman at the bank that was going to be handling the wire transfer. She said that bank fraud was a real thing and that people had lost money in this way. And she said it was their policy to look up the number, call it, verify all details before a transfer was sent. So hopefully the processes at Bank of America would have stopped this, and it would have just been a thing where I was the sucker and then a bank teller saved me. But moral of the story is, be careful, my friends. Scammers are out there everywhere, and they could do a lot of damage very quickly. Got another video that's already out explaining the process where we ended up getting the contract on the beach house. We're going to be coming out soon with videos about the process of renovating it and fixing it up. So if you're interested in any of that, hit the subscribe button. Come back and see us in a few weeks.
Here's a few pics of that beach house that I almost didn't get because scammers almost stole all my money. I'm excited about the beach house. It's going to be a lot of work and a lot of fun fixing it up. I'll share all the videos along the way.